We've got former media officer of Flamingos, the under-17 women's national team, joining us all the way from Abia State in Nigeria. Thank you so much, Isabella, for joining us on the show.
Thank you for having me once again.
It's great to have you. It's great to always have you when we talk women's sport. At least I'm with someone who relates just on the gender base. But looking at that performance, I would like to know, how do you evaluate that performance of the Super Falcons against France? And how significant is Onumonu's goal, breaking Nigeria's scoring jinx? That draft there against France, we've never scored against them, so that goal was something we could say, all right, we could beat our chest right now that we've scored at least against the French ladies. And what does it mean for the team's morale at this time going into the women's WAFCON?
Well, the WAFCON is next year in July in Morocco. That performance was a better performance from what we usually watch the Super Falcons. I think they had a lot of confidence coming into that game yesterday. But then I haven't seen them run that long. I mean, in a counter, I was just shouting, I hope you don't miss it. I just hope you don't miss it. And then Ifeoma Onumonu had to score that goal, breaking that jinx. I was quite shocked. The first time you are scoring France, wow. That's always the first time. I think it will be the last time. France has beaten us 8-0. France has beaten us 1-0 in the 2019 World Cup. And that World Cup performance was also a very good one for Chiamaka Nnadozie as far back as 2019. So I'm quite, I'm a bit impressed with what they displayed yesterday. It's just that,
are you a little bit impressed? Because I beg your pardon, Isabella. I'm still asking if you're still impressed, because I saw a little bit of floats in different positions for the Super Falcons, from the midfield to the defense. Yes, it's a mix of the local-based players and foreign players, players from the Nigeria Women's Football League in Nigeria, and also those based abroad. Did we miss the absence of players like Rasheedat Ajibade, the captain of the side? And were there loopholes from the defensive side? Because it seems the French women, their dominance really highlighted areas of concern for the Super Falcons' defense. Justin Madugu, does he have a lot of work to do when it comes to the defensive position of our team?
Yeah, he has a lot of work to do. He's the coach now. He has been given the mantle. I saw the positions, yes. I wanted to come to that. I was quite impressed with Rofiat Ibrahim. But then we missed her. Actually, we missed her because whenever she's in that defense, she's kind of very confident, and her partnership with Osinacha Ohale is quite very good. So we missed her in that defense. Then you talk about Ajibade, of course, going into that forward, running, all those runnings that Ajibade has to do. We also missed that. But then you're not taking away from the players that played yesterday. The players that played yesterday, they were also good. I was quite impressed with Sikiratu Issa. I was quite impressed with her performance. Blessing and Cop. They all played well, and I'm also glad that Coach Madugu is also bringing in those home-based players, blending them with the foreign-based players. So it then means now we can now relax the home players who are, trying very hard to break into the senior national team, can actually relax and say, yes, we can get something from the national team.
All right.
So I'm quite glad that he gave them the opportunity to do that in yesterday's game.
All right, so from the players on parade yesterday for the Super Falcons, quickly, Isabella, do you think any of them has not gotten starting shirts? Like now, the player has earned a starting shirt for the Super Falcons. Who will you mention?
Okay, that will end their position now.
Yes.
In the Super Falcons.
Yes, a starting berth.
Rofiat Imorin has also, yes, she has earned her starting, not really starting, but she can be drafted in. Rofiat Imorin. Then you talk about Blessing and also she did quite well yesterday. She didn't even play like she's a home base. I'm particularly impressed with Sikiratu Issa. She also played very well yesterday. I think these players together with someone who wasn't called. I'm talking about Miracle Sani. Miracle Sani wasn't called, but I think she can be drafted into the Super Falcons because these are players who are quite confident, especially in defense. I'm particularly also happy that Ashley Prompter is back to the team. So that's another good one for us in that very defense.
All right. Thank you so much, Isabella. We're pressed for time, but thank you so much for coming through. And we appreciate your thoughts and analysis concerning the Super Falcons of Nigeria in that game against the French women's national team.